And it's AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM. She is Dawn Landis, IRMC Urgicare, joining us here this morning. And my goodness gracious, I bet you it's really busy at IRMC Urgicare right now, huh?
We have been very busy in both locations, yes.
Wow. Well, and a lot of that has to do with weather and winter-related topics. Let's start with flu and talk about that first. Widespread compared to other years, normal year?
About the same so far, I think. Maybe starting to tick up a little bit more now.
Yeah.
I've noticed our volumes are going up a lot more. Flu-like symptoms coming through the door.
There was an article on WebMD about the difference between actual flu and flu-like symptoms and whether they should be treated differently. And the point they made was once you get to an emergency situation where they're just pouring through the door, you might not have time to do the testing itself.
Exactly.
Just treat it as if it is the flu, because that'll cover both.
Exactly, yeah. I agree with that, yeah.
Okay.
Because flu is flu. What is flu? It's upper respiratory, cough, congestion, fever, body aches that hit you like a Mack truck out of nowhere. A common cold is going to come on slowly.
You know it's coming.
And
you say to yourself, come on.
Yeah, what can I do to make this go away? What can I do? Can I take some vitamin C? Can I do this? Where with flu, it's like, bam, you've got it.
Yeah, you're
and
exactly
the body
right.
aches is the sudden onset and the body aches are the two key.
Now, not everybody's going to end up in Urgicare or in the hospital when they have the flu. They're going to try to treat it themselves, and for most cases, that's going to be quite fine. What do you need to do?
Hydrate. You want to stay hydrated. Just treat the symptoms. If you have a fever, you don't want to cover up, because that's going to make your fever go higher. If you're chilled, a light blanket. Again, lots and lots of fluids, maybe some decongestants to help with the cough and the congestion, some cough medicine, over-the-counter stuff. But if it starts getting out of control, where, all you're going to want to do is sleep anyway. But if it's, elderly and young are the two most, and those with comorbid or other health conditions are the three populations that you really want to watch, because they're going to get sick. They're going to get sick really quickly, and it's going to go bad for them very quickly. So you want to keep an eye on the elderly, the young, and anyone with other conditions. Yeah,
their immune systems are already compromised.
Yeah, and it's nothing. 3, 4, 5 days. You can feel like crap for that long.
Yeah. So. Okay, so that's flu,
flu.
And we deal with that every year.
We deal
with colds and viruses of that nature every year, and you just basically got to wait them out and do your best.
Yeah.
And
prevention is the key. Wash your hands. Keep your hands away from your face. If you're sick, sneeze and cough and cover your cough. If you can, take time off. Don't go to work. But hand washing is the biggest thing.
Yeah, and keep your hands away from your face.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right, and shaking hands, just wave.
You can shake hands and reach in and get your little sanitizer. And,
There you go. There you go. The big issue this weekend and the last couple of days, of course, has been this frightening cold and the winds. 30-mile-an-hour winds when it's already 0 outside. That'll rip the skin right off of you.
It does. It does feel like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like you're down to bare bone.
Yeah, it does. And you want to protect fingers, like you said, fingers, noses, and toes. You want you want to protect those. Frostbite can happen very quickly. It does. You don't have to be out for a long period of time. And basically, frostbite happens when the tissues start to freeze, and you're going to feel like, it feels numb. It feels a little tingly. You might notice some discoloration. That's when you want to get in and get yourself warmed back up.
Yeah. Okay.
And you don't want to stick your hands in hot water. You want to do just warm water, room temperature water. Put your elbow in if your elbow isn't too cold, or have someone else feel the water and put it in and gently rewarm it. Don't rub. Things we all just, what do? We do this. We all rub. You know what? If you've got some tissue damage already starting from the frostbite, that's only going to make it worse.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So don't rub your hands together with your fingers.
Don't rub them together. And again, the key is prevention. You want to dress in light layers, lots of light layers. Gloves, mittens, keep your hands nice and warm. Scarves over your face. Because what happens is the body wants to preserve itself. So what's the first thing it does? It starts cutting off circulation to the extremities, fingers, toes. That's why those get cold. Plus too, they don't have a lot of fat around them. So you want to keep everything nice and warm.
What about eyeballs freezing?
I don't know. I think we discussed this last year too,
Did we
if I
really?
remember correctly. And I thought I was going to look it up for you, and I never did. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing to wear some glasses to protect it from the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, wear your scarf up, your hat down, and cover it with a pair of glasses.
Now, when you have that scarf around your neck and you pull it up over your nose and you're starting to breathe in moist, warm air then that you're creating, is that advisable for you to do?
Well, it's going to keep you warm. I mean, think about it. When you breathe, it keeps that area nice and warm, that warm air. But I don't know. I mean, if you're breathing in your own air, it's not like you're breathing in, someone else's warm nostril air.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. But, you are absolutely correct. It takes, especially in weather like this, only
I read
less than 30 minutes.
Well, I read one thing. It depends, and you can get frostbite in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if it's cold enough and windy enough, yeah, you can get frostbite in 5 minutes.
Now, when somebody comes in a severe a case of hypothermia
that wouldn't be me. That would be the emergency department.
Yeah. Hyper. Explain the difference.
Hyperthermia is your hot.
Okay.
Hypothermia is
when
cold.
you're freezing cold.
Right. You drop below normal body temperature is 98.6. So that's when your core body temperature drops below that. And the thing is, what you want to do is you want to warm that core first, and you don't want to throw somebody in a tub of water or something like that. You just want to get nice warm blankets on them. You want to get them to where they need to be, to the emergency department, call 911. Because the thing is, they can start slurring their speech. They almost may look like something else is wrong.
Be very lethargic.
Yes. You want to warm them gently and slowly.
All right. So for folks, especially elderly folks, we're checking on neighbors and relatives.
Yes.
Those are the ones you need to pay attention to. They may say that they're perfectly fine because they're going to. They want to stay home and they're just going to wait it out, but that's not good.
That's just how they are, yes. Yes, that's just how they are. I'm the same way, too, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And hats. Hats are a good thing, too. You always want to wear a hat outside.
Yeah, protect everything. The ears.
Protect it all. Ears, yep.
Yeah, all of those things. Now, for moms with new babies.
Keep them inside.
Oh, yeah. Just keep them inside.
Just keep them inside.
Don't get them out and having to breathe in that cold air into those just developing lungs.
Yep, only go out when you have to. And I mean, that's for anybody in this cold weather, like even you and I. Just, if you don't have to go out in it, don't. Just stay in where it's nice and warm.
Breathing in that hyper cold air like that, can you do permanent damage to your lungs?
I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of silica, a lot of hairs up there that help protect, but I really don't know if you could or not.
Yeah.
Something I'm going to have to look up for you.
There you go. By next year, when you come back for this segment.
I'll try to have you an answer later this afternoon. I'll email it to you.
Okay, do the eyeball thing, too, will you?
Do the eyeball. I will try to remember that. I'm going to write it down right now.
Don Landis is with us this morning from IRMC Urgicare. Speaking of which, the expanded hours now for the weekend are certainly going to be a wonderful advantage for folks. And when we think about the services offered both at the main campus and at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge, there are folks standing by right now who are able to help people who come in with weather-related types of injuries and illnesses.
Yes, they are. They're ready, willing, and able.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good to know that all of that is happening out there, and folks should protect themselves. As you said, dress in layers. Have yourself a kit in your car in case you slide off the road.
Exactly, yes. Like warm boots, an extra jacket, gloves, hat, actually even some water. One of the big things that people tend to forget is you want to stay hydrated, and not with coffee, because coffee kind of makes you go to the bathroom a little bit more, but you want to stay hydrated with water. Water and sports drinks are like the best things to keep you hydrated. That'll also help with preventive stuff. Yeah,
hydration in the wintertime.
Yep, all year long. Hydration.
It's big. Well, congratulations on being a grandma again.
Oh, thank you. Yes, number 3 came right after Christmas. Yes.
Those of us who remember your son playing sports or the old Penns Manor Comets.
Yes.
Evan Landis, and then playing against IUP for some reason.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how that happened either.
So the new baby's how big?
He was 10 pounds, 12 ounces.
10, 12.
10, 12, 20 inches, yes.
Well, your son was a defensive end, and so is his son, evidently.
Yeah, I think he's going to be. Yeah, he outdid his dad by 2.5 pounds.
Oh, boy. Well, thank you so much for coming in to visit with us today.
You're welcome. I love coming in here.
I'm glad. We're going to have you back.
Oh, great.
And the next time some big health issue comes up, you're a go-to gal.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I love it.